and gone.
So one thing they're doing, though, on Simeon Rice, they've got Fina on him, but if Reuben Brown is uncovered, he comes out to help.
Thurman Thomas, number 34, checks in. Blitz coming. Thurman on the delay. And the blitzing linebacker, Rob Fredrickson, peeled back to make the tackle.
Boy, did they do this nice. They had Simeon Rice on the outside shoulder of John Fina, number 70. And they take him out. He actually holds Fina. And then Fredrickson comes inside. He almost overruns the play. Watch this. You see Simeon Rice, 70, 97. He just stands right there. Fina doesn't make the block. Fredrickson makes the tackle.
3rd and 10. Floaty scrambles across the 30. Ball came loose, but they will say he is down. And if it's spotted across the 30, it is a first down. Aeneas Williams tackled him.
That is the dimension that Vince Tobin was concerned with. When you take a look at the way they try and rush him, I mean, you have to be so disciplined. But not only that, you have to keep an eye on him. When they rush, they want to rush in straight lines, right up here. Doug Flutie manages to step up, make the play, and then pick up the first down. Offensive line does a good job of staying with everybody. Nice switch on the twist, and then Doug knows exactly where to go for the first down.
He's rushed for over 400 yards this year for quarterbacks. That's number 1 in the NFL. Moles can't handle it. Kwame Lassiter with the coverage, but Flutie put it right there.
Yeah, but I think Moles saw McKinnon, number 57, the linebacker, coming out. They had another blitz on the right-hand side, the left-hand side of the offense, and then McKinnon, number 57. Watch this. He almost gets the ball. He doesn't see, Flutie doesn't see him. McKinnon, if he's looking at the ball, he might have had a shot at it, but I think Moles was looking at him.
2nd and 10. Linton is back in as the deep man in the eye. Play action by Flutie. This one is complete up to the 36-yard line. Andre Reed with his 2nd catch of the night. McKinnon makes the tackle. Reed only needs 6 more catches to pass Art Monk to become number 2 all-time in NFL catches. He came into the game needing only 60 yards to pass Steve Largent for number 4 all-time in yards.
I'll tell you, there's a guy I've known since the day he came to Buffalo, and there aren't many people in the National Football League that work harder than Andre Reed.
He can still catch. He still runs great patterns. Flutie. Nice toss outside. He's got the first down to Kevin Williams. He puts so much pressure on a defense.
And when you run a little play action fake inside, it just holds the linebackers long enough. It gets Doug to the edge, and he can dump it off. Right now, Joe Pendry, the offensive coordinator, I would think would have to think about throwing the ball up top. Everything has been little slants, little crosses in the middle. Here you got an opportunity. You run a little play action fake. You take a shot with Eric Moulds down the field on Aeneas Williams.
Another first down for Buffalo.
Peerless Price just came in the game.
He'll come to the near side. Play action again by Flutie. Peerless Price. Tom Knight took him out of bounds, but it's a gain of 22.
They run Peerless Price across the field, and no one even looked at him. They're all looking at Eric Moulds.
Exactly. Eric Moulds takes off running down the field.
He goes down the field. Peerless Price lines up on the left-hand side of the offense. Here comes Peerless Price. Watch this, and watch when he goes across. There is absolutely no one with him. That's McKinnon, the linebacker. Forget about that. No one is near this guy.
Now, what really helps it out is the play-action fake. It forces the linebackers to jump up and creates the void between the backers and the backs.
Flutie, 7 out of 9 so far. Play action again. Flutie to Reed at the sideline at the 20. Let's check in with Solomon Wilcox.
Yeah, Mike, Arizona is already battling injuries, but this may be the worst of all.
cornerback Aeneas Williams has a right toe sprain. Right now he's getting it retaped, but I'm told his return is questionable, Mike.
And that is the guy, Solomon, who is just the heart and soul of this defense. He works as hard as anybody in football.
And he was also supposed to be the guy who was going to shadow Eric Moulds tonight.
Chavis is in at the corner. Fake the reverse. And dropped. ESPN Sunday Night Football continues next week as Brad Johnson and the Washington Redskins look to keep their playoff hopes alive as they take on Jerry Rice and the San Francisco 49ers. Join us right after prime time at 8:15 Eastern. ESPN and ABC, your exclusive networks for prime time NFL football. Second and 10. Flutie goes to the shotgun. Blitz coming. Thurman Thomas in the flat. Turned a loss of a couple into a gain of a couple.
Well, I got Thurman Thomas. Thomas Burke is number 60. He is the third guy in their depth chart at the defensive end position. He's starting type. But this is what Thurman Thomas does better than most people in the National Football League. Not only catching the ball out of the backfield, but to set up a screen. When you talk about Thurman Thomas, he sets up a screen better than anyone. Look at this. The lineman let him go through. Now he gets outside. He's on Burke. He almost makes him miss. I mean, he does, but he held him long enough for his other defensive guys to get into Thurman's face.
3rd and 8. Blitz. Flutie just got it out to Moulds. Oh, Flutie knew he was going to be drilled and threw a strike anyway.
What focus and what toughness to stand in there as the blitz comes flying in. Here it is, look. See him come flying in real hard. Reinhardt comes in and darn near takes him apart. Winds up getting the ball out to Moulds, who makes the play.
1st and goal, Buffalo. Jonathan Linton. Just shy of the goal line, still fighting touchdown. Jonathan Linton would not give up.
You know what? I'd rather say continuous effort than second effort, because if you say second effort, it's like the first effort he quit.
You know, you're right.
Watch his legs. They don't stop. Number 35 is Jonathan Linton. The blocking, he stopped at the 1-yard line. You think? Watch his legs. His legs don't stop, and then he gets the ball across the goal line. Touchdown. That was Simeon Rice, number 97, on him, and couldn't hold him.
Heck of an effort by the second-year man out of North Carolina, who gets his 3rd touchdown run of the season. And the Bills pouring it on here in the first quarter, up 14-0. The Bills with another impressive march. This one 80 yards. Linton finished it off, and it's 14-0. What was the Cardinals' worst nightmare? To fall behind early just like this.
They don't score early in games, and they haven't been very efficient throwing the ball, so they're going to have to do something here.
They only average 14.3 points a game. Bates. To the 20. It's the NHL on ESPN2 this Tuesday at 9 Eastern. Chris Pronger and the St. Louis Blues head to the desert to take on Jeremy Rennick and the Phoenix Coyotes. ESPN, ESPN2, and ABC, your official networks of the National Hockey League.
Mike, you said they average 14.3. They got 0.3 to play with right now.
That's right.
As an offense.
You going to give him the 14?
No. Not yet.
I don't think the Bills are going to give it to him either. Jake Bulmer's going to have to go get it right now. Wants to throw on 1st down. Out in the flat, Hardy, the tight end, fights for extra yardage and gets 5. The Arizona Cardinals working on a streak. This would be 14 games that they have not scored an offensive touchdown in the first quarter.
Look at Jake Plummer on that last throw, Joe. He had all the time to throw the football and was still high.
It was, and during warm-ups, he did the same thing. Every throw he made was high and away. He's got to settle down a little bit.
Play action by Plummer. This one is high. They wanted a flag on this. Rob Moore thought he was interfered with by Ken Irvin.
I don't think he got that with a ladder. Kenny Irvin on Rob Moore. Rob Moore, 85, going to the outside. Look where the ball is. That ball is up and away.
Everyone is sailing on it.
Joe, do you see anything mechanically so far?
Yeah, first of all, I know his thumb is still bothering him because he told me it was. So he doesn't really have the grip on the ball that he has had, and he doesn't have the control throwing the ball, which is very obvious.
3rd and 5. Plummer got this one to Sanders, and Sanders has a first down at the 31. Antoine Winfield made the tackle. And that's the end of the first quarter. Buffalo on top early, 14-0 at Arizona. Happy holidays from all of us at ESPN. In the desert, no less. Doug Flutie has been counted out more times than George Chiavallo, but somehow he always seems to find a way to come back. You live in Buffalo. You've seen the newspaper, listened to the radio. They're just ripping him up.
Yeah, but that's why he can come back. See, Doug Flutie, two things. He does not read the newspaper, nor does he listen to the radio or watch television. And with that, he finds his own confidence.
Well, you just got all kinds of snow all over you. And the other part of that is Doug's a heck of a football player.
Yes,
the one thing nobody's ever given him credit for is the ability to make plays. That's what he is. He's a playmaker.
Morrell with the carry, a hard run up to the 40. Well, I know there are a lot of teams in the National Football League that would love to have Doug Flutie as their quarterback.
I'll tell you who is number one that would love to have him, the Buffalo Bills. They've got him, and they're not letting him go. And they can say all the things you want to say about him on the radio stations and the newspapers, and this happens to a lot of quarterbacks in towns. There aren't that many great or good starting quarterbacks in the National Football League, and they're not about to let either one of these guys go, Rob Johnson being the other one.
Yeah, but you know, Mike, Doug Flutie is the kind of a guy a lot of guys had a shot at, and nobody wanted him. Every team in the National Football League for years had a shot at him. Nobody wanted him. And I would still say that general managers today would still get stuck in their stereotype and say, we don't want a guy that small. We want the bigger guy.
Well, the director of pro scouting for the Buffalo Bills, A.J. Smith, wanted him.
And got him.
You bet he did.
And it's up to Jake Plummer now on the other side to get his offense going. He's got it a little bit started now. They're in a little bit of a rhythm. He's got to keep it going.
They've had almost no running game this year. Morrell has really struggled. So without Michael Pittman, who gave him a little bit of a spark. Moore almost intercepted by Schultz. The free safety came over and had a shot at it.
And Schultz gets an unbelievable jump on this. Even after the play action, look at how far he runs to make a play on the ball. This is incredible. He is right in the middle. He is going to take off and run this way with the proper angle and everything. There's a play action fake. He hardly freezes. Now, as the ball goes, look at him go up. Watch him get to the intersection. Goes up, try and reach it. No reason why he shouldn't have had that. You wonder why the Bills have so few interceptions, because they can't hold on to the ball.
Well, you tell about a great play and then you knock him at the end.
Adrian Morrell to the 46, and Thomas Smith up from the corner to make a tackle.
He had the catch
there. You're right.
There is Pittman, who aggravated a turf toe injury. He's the only back that has any kind of a rushing average this year in limited action. 64 carries, averages 4.5. Morrell is under 3. Bates under 2.5. Makovica, the fullback, is at 0. 7 carries, no yards.
Michael, you'd be better off on offense and defense just talking about the guys that are healthy, because there's too many that are hurt.
Morrell, the lowest average in the NFL with at least 150 carries. Plummer throws a strike. That'll be a first down at the Buffalo 42. Rob Moore.
You know why this is such an important play? Ken Irvin does a terrific job staying close, but this is very important to Jake, because Jake Plummer told me on Friday, he said, I'm going to have to throw the ball in places, and Rob and Frank are going to have to make catches because their defense plays so tight. Now, here's a case where a guy has said, I'm going to have to do something, and it turned out for him. That's got to give him some confidence.
Draw play, Morrell. Took a wicked shot from Schultz at the end of that run. Ouch.
You know what? You talk about Lynch down in Tampa Bay and about guys that can hit in the National Football League at safety. Well, this guy, 24.
He's on my list.
Yeah, he is. He's on everybody's Christmas list. Now, Pat Williams, number 93, he gets double teamed right here. Watch this. Back to the inside. Actually, when he gets blocked, Aaron Graham just slips him by himself.
Mario Bates comes in on 2nd and 3. He's the deep man in the eye. Bates will get the carry. Takes it outside, first down to the Buffalo 31. And the Cardinals finally get it going on offense.
Well, the one thing you've got to like about this drive with the Cardinals, they're down 14 points, and they're not getting away from their offense. They're still staying with it, even though they're only averaging 14.3 points per game.
And this really comes from studying the Raider tapes and the Giant tapes, two teams that Mark Trestman felt like his offense did a good job against. And the way they had success was running right at them, and that's what they're doing with a very patchwork offensive line.
Boy, it is. Those guys deserve a lot of credit. They're switched all over the place. Morrell, that time hitting the back, or Bates. That time he was hitting the backfield. Sean Price and Pat Williams, number 93, came up to cut him down.
They were talking about Pat Williams. Pat Williams, they talk about when he comes in the game, the whole defense is uplifted. I'm not saying anything about Ted Washington, but watch him. He just beats the center and the guard and gets into the backfield. They really have no chance. Number 67 was Chris Dishman, who also missed a block. But look at Pat Williams, the penetration in the backfield for a loss of about a half a yard. Timeout.
And Plummer can't get Sanders where he wants him and has to burn a timeout. Arizona's first of the first half. 10:24 to go in the half. Buffalo still up by 14. ESPN Sunday Night Football is brought to you by Isuzu. We don't make cars because life is too big for cars. By Gateway, call 1-800-GATEWAY and connect with us. By American Century, with over 40 years of investment management experience. And by Lee Dungarees. Can't bust them. Cardinals driving down 14-0, second quarter.
Cardinals been running the ball pretty well. It could be a good chance for some type of play action.
Play action to Bates. Plummer under pressure, throws underneath. Sanders fighting for extra yardage, but he'll be a couple shy of a first down. Holisek and Marcellus Wiley hustling downfield. That's what running the football can do for you. Now, Jake is really on skates back there because he's getting a lot of pressure from different guys. But the fact that you can run the football a little bit, it buys you just enough time to get receivers open. Little play action, not a lot of time, set, let it go, does a good job of avoiding the pressure, manages to get the completion. He almost throws more accurately